And welcome to another episode of
Yes, sir.
Finesse Your Feelings Well.
Your feelings will get finesse. What you say,
Today,
Lamar?
Your feelings.
Finesse.
Ooh. Hey. Hey. Ooh. Damn. Ooh. Hey. Ooh. Damn. Ooh. Damn. Ooh. Hey. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Damn. Ooh. Ooh. Damn.
The pinky up, looking like he high class. Pinky up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Today we got a full cast today. Y'all know our names. However, we gonna run through them again for the people that don't. I am Simply Chris. We got my brother KD Rum.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
My brother Obeezy and my other brother L
sir.
Santana.
What's good, people?
We are
from the 804.
the Finesse Your Feelings cast
Motherfucker,
members.
you know you 757.
757.
I said live from the 804.
Oh,
I was just doing my
okay.
Weezy joint.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
It's all
Live
Virginia.
from the
Yay.
504.
It's still Virginia.
Still Virginia. Yay.
Yeah.
So we good. We
Virginia.
good.
Still for Virginia.
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 Virginia. That's how my cousin pronounced it.
With the Virginians.
He from North Carolina. He said, "Yeah, I'm about to drive up to Virginia."
Oh, man.
Man, it all comes down to what part of North Carolina you at. Because
Yeah.
North Carolina is one of them states that have accents across. Like, they're all fucking
For sure.
different.
For sure. For
They
sure.
are mad
that's-
different.
That's
They
the
are
Rocky
mad
Mountain,
different.
Nashville side.
Oh,
that's
man.
They country as fuck.
You
Yeah.
You
take
know y'all country motherfuckers, but goddamn, bro, y'all some country motherfuckers.
take it to somewhere
Hey.
like Lumberton and try to understand what the fuck they saying.
Shit, you could take it down to Elkin.
Yeah. I mean, you could go as far as north as Hotchkiss.
Yeah.
And they got something
Yeah.
completely
I
different.
never heard of a hotchkiss. That sounds like some Japanese
I had a
shit.
gym. I had a gym.
Yeah.
Back in the back.
Hey, they get down
You
down
said,
there.
you said you had a shorty from there back in the day?
Yeah, I had a mutual acquaintance from back then.
Ooh.
Talk about
Okay.
it.
I mean,
That's the Black Planet Crush Spot days. You know what I'm talking
oh
about?
damn. That's throwback.
Ooh, you taking it bike.
Black boy.
I'm not
that's
gonna
how
lie.
bad it is.
I definitely got a lot of hookups when it came to that because being one of the random, very rare white dudes on that app, yeah, I got hit up a lot. I got plenty of
wrong with that.
connections.
He wanted the juicy fruit.
Oh yeah. Hey, he was on his John B wave back.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
Damn,
He was definitely John B. out there, motherfucker.
hey, if I
He was
told-
telling them hoes, don't listen to what people say.
They don't know
He was
about.
definitely John being out that shit. Look, he had the button up and everything with the silky smooth.
Hey.
I've been called John B back in that day a shit ton, so that's why I started dying laughing. That was what they called me.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Ain't nothing
Hey,
wrong with that.
take advantages
called
of what you can.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Shit.
I take all those. What was that?
Keyboard.
I gives all those humble back shots.
There you go.
Yeah.
But today we on a different topic today. Today we want to, I don't know, give y'all a few loopholes, a little smidget of education
Oh yes.
on finances.
Because motherfuckers is broke these days.
For sure.
We are broke. I'm broke. I'm broke out here.
And we
And-
want to give y'all some ways to finesse the system.
Yeah, because the sad part is you don't get taught this when you're in school unless you specifically go towards a finance class.
That you have to pay for.
Yeah. This isn't just
That's
common
crazy,
knowledge.
right? How is it that you got to pay for some financial shit and you need that to survive in the world today?
And it's weird because they only teach you formulas. They don't even teach you how to apply.
What, EMC times square? Is that
Bruh.
what
Something like that, you know.
Bruh.
Something like
It's
that.
useful. It's
Yeah.
useful. It's very useful,
You
and
talk about that TI-80?
Yeah,
you know,
man.
it's useful. And you know, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but there are a lot of loopholes again that a lot of people don't know about, or you know, just to start off, just throw an example out there. A lot of people may not know what compound interest is.
This is true.
You know,
So I mean, what is the deal with compound interest? Because it's like, bruh, I don't know nothing about that.
Okay. So let's
okay,
do,
go
let's
ahead.
do
Go
this
for it.
before we talk about compound interest, because compound interest is a little bit more advanced. Let's just talk about. Let me start off with just normal interest.
okay,
So, just regular interest is you put $1,000 in the bank, and say it has a 5% interest rate, right? What's different from regular interest to compound interest is it never increases.
Right.
So you get $50 at the end of the year for that $1,000 you put in there,
right,
and then the next year you get $50 again.
right,
Like, that's just a recurring cycle. So regular interest is just a recurring cycle of what you put in there. You're getting the same amount regardless.
yep.
So that's just it. Compound interest is a completely different scenario, and I'll let you go into that, Chris.
Well, I want to give y'all the formula, so you know, give me just a second. I don't want to.
Well, as he looked through his phone, you know what I'm saying, we're going to play some Jeopardy games, you know what I'm saying?
All right, let's do it.
Do-do-do-do. No, we're not. Psych your mic.
I just want to give y'all the formula real quick. So the formula to it, just for those that you know don't know, where I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different letters that equal 5 different things. The letters are A, P, R, N, and T. As in Alpha, Pringle, Romero, November,
Pringle.
Texas. Okay?
Pringle.
Which A equals the final amount, P equals the initial principal balance, R equals the interest rate, N equals the number of times interest applied per time period, which I'm going to break that down a little bit, and T equals the number of time periods elapsed. So the formula itself is A equals P. In parentheses, you have 1 plus R over N, close parentheses, to the power of NT. Now, that sounds confusing.
I'm confused just trying to figure that shit out, bro. I'm over here thinking about the elemental P's.
Right.
And that's why a lot of
sounds-
people steer away from doing that different kind of stuff, is because it seems that it's way more complicated than it really is.
And it's really not, you know.
So for a dumb motherfucker like me,
Just
because I'm a dumb motherfucker, that's just like, you know, I feel like when it comes to that type of shit, right? Like y'all say, like people, like, bro, it's a lot of terminology that people just be like, yo, I don't know half of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Right.
just the fine print of it is confusing.
And it's about taking that terminology that Chris brought out and flipping it to terminology that you're comfortable with.
right.
So if you're comfortable with, I mean, drugs obviously is the easiest fucking thing to you know, hash
Right.
out and be like,
Right,
right,
all
right.
right, if I got X amount of grams, then I got X amount of dollars.
Right.
So, you know, but I
So-
just say drugs just because drugs, it's easy
I got
to
even
look at it that.
even easier way to
So if I got 2 chicken McNuggets,
right. I was about to go there.
Yeah.
So boom. Okay. So which one would be greater? If I gave you $1 million, or I gave you a penny every day, but I doubled the amount that I gave you each day that I gave it to you?
Obviously, it's going to be the penny aspect of it. Because over time,
I don't know, bro, because I ain't promised
want that
tomorrow,
fast
so I'm gonna
money.
take that $1 million, bro.
okay,
Let's just say you're guaranteed to live the
You ain't
entire.
guaranteed nothing, bro.
I mean, I'm just
For
for example.
Okay, let's
Hypothetical
but
example.
Hypothetically, you're not guaranteed. So look,
Okay.
All right. So let's shorten the time. If I gave you, let's just say, a month. Again, you're not guaranteed, but hypothetically,
Let's just say you survive for 30
you're going to
days.
survive for 30 days.
Yeah.
okay,
This is the example. You're going to survive for 30 days.
okay,
if I gave you $100 today, or I gave you $1 every day, and again that dollar it doubled every day, which
mathematically that would make sense to take the dollar every day for 30 days.
Yeah, because
which
it's
is compound
increasing.
interest, because on a daily basis it doubles.
It's riskier.
It's riskier.
It's riskier.
But you know for a fact every day this money is going to double. So today I have $1.
Okay.
Tomorrow I done got $2, but in total I got $3. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, because it
I'll follow.
increased.
The next day you gave me $3. I already got $3, but now I got $6. And so forth and so forth.
Yep.
So how do you get into that type of shit?
Research.
Like you say, because what's the terminology again?
It's called compound interest.
Okay, so when it comes to compound interest, what does that apply to?
It can apply to, all right, you can go to a bank and ask for a CD account, which is a certificate deposit account. Ask them for their rate, their annual rate, their quarterly rate, and their daily rate. Once they give you a percentage, based on the principal amount that you give, that's how much interest you will occur on based on their percentage that they give you. Okay. Which means it's like a savings account, but it's more along the lines of over time. Time is your friend when it comes to compound interest.
Yes. And it's also, especially when you're talking about CD accounts, it also applies with money that you don't want to touch.
Right.
Because you will get penalized and you will not get the full investment of it. So when you go into...
So I got a question then.
Okay.
Because for these people out here, like, is it equivalent to me putting money into my 401k? Is that the same as compound interest?
It's a little bit different.
Yeah, slightly different, because with your 401k, I strongly believe that they invest that money into different stocks and different bonds or whatever.
Yeah, within the company.
Well,
right.
Within the company.
But if that company fail, I think your 401k goes away, right?
Well, no, because that money's out in the market. So
that they lose in, you lose that, but whatever you put in, you still keep.
Yeah, you'll still have, right?
Yeah,
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Well,
I'm sorry.
The thing with 401k that's different from the CD aspect is with 401k, you can decide where your money goes. When it comes to your 401k. So like, even though you're getting it through your company and you're allotting a certain amount of money every paycheck to go in there, you can decide what companies you invest in, or you can adjust the percentage. So you can adjust the percentage and say, oh, well, I want to do 25% into this low risk market. I want to do 25% into this low risk market.
Right.
And I want to do 50% in this high risk market.
Right.
Now,
I didn't know you can put your money into different stuff. I thought it just had to be based on what you was.
No. If you go to the actual websites of these 401k companies that your particular company, decides to partner with for that, yeah, you can go in there and you can adjust where your money goes.
So based on whatever my company and their businesses or companies that's under the umbrella, I could put it inside the umbrella, right?
No. When you're investing into a 401k, you're going into the whole financial umbrella. It's just the company that they choose. So like Principal or Wells Fargo and all these different companies that have 401k plans, as far as like what your job affiliates themselves with, they're fully putting you into the market. It's up to you whether you want to adjust your money and invest it in different things for the money that you're allotting, or do you want their algorithm to do it?
Right.
It is really what it comes down to. Yeah. And with the whole CD thing, like I was trying to say earlier, like when it comes to a CD account, you're signing a subscription is pretty much what you're doing.
Right.
And so you're saying, okay, I'm going to lock in for 5 years. So it's like, if we want to take it back to, motherfuckers just putting money in a shoebox. Yep. Like you letting that money sitting there and you ain't going to touch that money.
But that money gains interest on itself.
Yes.
Because the bank is allowed.
In the shoebox?
No. Because and the CD account. Because
I'm saying the mindset wise. Yeah. You take money and you put it off to the side. Like that's the whole aspect of the CD. Is you're taking money and you're putting it off to the side. You put it into the stash. Not going to touch it.
I'm not going to touch it. And every month I'm going to add money to it and keep it there. You know what I'm saying?
So for the people
But
out
technically,
there,
you're not the one that's adding
right, but I'm
money
not
to
the one
it.
adding to it. The bank is, because the bank is actually using my money
Yes.
to give other loans out.
okay, but when it comes to the CD joint, how much do you need to start off with the CD joint?
All depends on the bank. You have some banks that they will take $100. You got some banks that won't take no less than 1,000.
Yep.
You got some banks that want 1,500. Like Town Bank, in order to even have an account with Town Bank, you have to have $1,500 in your account.
Town Bank?
And they're a local bank. Like they're only like between here.
Who the fuck is Town Bank?
Like between Virginia and
Bank,
like
bro.
North Carolina. That's the only places they really at.
Yep.
Like they're not a nationwide bank.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you have to have a minimum of
Who the fuck
$1,500 in
they
your
is?
account.
Who the fuck
They
they
like-
think
they
they
like
is?
a-
Navy Federal?
They like a credit union. That's how I look at them.
Shit.
Yeah.
As
To a
far
certain
as
extent.
being local,
Right,
Like
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
close.
Local talk. They by the movie theater in Harborview. If you pass the movie theater,
Yep.
Yo, they got Town
about
Center.
to go back on 17.
That's where their big joint is around here.
Yeah,
Town Center.
Town Center, Virginia Beach.
Then the other one is on
47 head.
Providence and Kempsville Road.
Nah, but they hub is actually in Suffolk, like what he's saying, by Harborview.
Oh, okay.
That's the actual hub. Yeah, it's a massive building, man. Beautiful building. Right there by Dr. What's his name?
By the Bon Secure
The emergency room.
cab building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The physical therapy place over there too.
Okay.
For the 757 head.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like another little loophole just to, put it out there is in the state of Virginia. I'm not sure about other states. I just learned this. My wife works for the city and she taught me this. And if you have a plot of land and you want to build a structure on it, it has to be farmland. I'm sorry. If you have a plot of land that's considered as farmland and you build a barn on it, that barn can't be regulated about what you can do inside of it.
So if I want to put some chickens and some ducks in there,
you can put chickens and ducks in there without.
But say if I want to put like a drug thing up in that motherfucker, if I want to put meth and shit,
it cannot be regulated. It only has
so
to.
I can have a meth farm in there.
I mean, it's still going to be illegal.
It's going to be illegal.
It can't be rated.
It can be rated.
But
But
they
it
ain't
can't
gonna
be-
raid my ducks. Say if I got some ducks is around that motherfucker.
But it can't be regulated as far as how many people, the occupancy, the size of it. I think it only has to have an inspection of like power, but as far as like plumbing, no inspection, none of that stuff.
Oh, so I could have.
Now I want to say structural wise, but not plumbing, because in a barn you don't have to have a bathroom
Okay.
unless it's commercial.
All right.
But if
Okay.
it's for your personal use, as in this is my barn, I'm here, my farm is to feed me, it cannot be regulated.
So essentially, what you're saying is, if I decided to turn my property where I have my house, if I declared it as a farm, the city of Virginia Beach cannot. If I put a barn there, and I'm saying this is my farm, then
Yep.
the city of Virginia Beach, because that's where I reside,
Okay.
that has a no chicken policy.
Okay.
Like Chesapeake, you can have chickens.
Right. Yeah.
Virginia Beach, you can't.
Okay.
So essentially, what you're saying, now I'm gonna have to do research on this
Sure.
because you just threw something out there because I want me some chickens. I
So
mean,
you
Now,
can't
I'm
have-
not saying
Is there a
it's
way-
legal.
no.
Is there a way-
I got you.
So if he put some chickens in the
in
damn
your,
shit,
in your barn now. Now, if you get caught with them chickens, that's a different story.
But say-
However, they can't
but
regulate
hold on,
what's inside
time
your
out,
barn.
time out. But time out though, time out. So say in Virginia Beach, he said, "I want a damn barn," and he do the proper shit to turn his shit into a barn. But in the the city of Virginia Beach, you still can't have chickens. But going back to what you just said,
They can't regulate what's inside of your barn. No, they cannot.
but
Now,
it's
so
illegal
hold on,
to
hold on.
have chickens.
so
Hold
that
on.
would basically be
What?
saying
Hey,
that they can't tell me
It's
what I
one
can
of
have and
those. It's one of those push and pull type of things. It's weird and it sounds weird, but it's a push and pull type of thing.
Lamar, if I had some goddamn
listen,
chickens,
No.
You can have them here in Chesapeake.
Huh?
It sounds perfect with me because Hey, slang wise, chicken can also be chicken.
No, I'm legit talking about some real ass chickens.
We whipping them chickens, boy.
You know, they're just like, okay.
Legal as fuck. Flipping birds. We got birds and we got the other birds in the barn. Both of them illegal as hell.
Illegal.
You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, you can't tell me that I can only grow up to 4 marijuana plants in Virginia, and then when I get a barn, I'm going to put 15 of them in there. I mean, it's still illegal. However, you can't necessarily come in there and regulate what I have going on.
If I have a barn in Virginia Beach and I do the proper paperwork to get all that shit done,
all the proper due diligence.
They're going to let you know that you can't have chickens in there.
But if they can't come in and regulate what the fuck I got in there, what type of shit is that?
Hey,
am I wrong? Am I wrong?
That's between you, your barn, and God. Now,
well, don't forget about
you can't put God in this.
Don't forget about your hating ass neighbors.
That too.
I mean,
hey, but
look, if you had enough land,
if the roosters get to crowing,
if you have enough land,
I can get away with it, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's
that. Why do you think a lot of people have weddings in barns?
Birds producing eggs. Hey, it is what it is. What you doing in your barn?
Hold on, I missed it.
That's a good motherfucking point right there.
That's why a lot of people have weddings in barns because it can't be regulated. You can't tell me how many people I can have inside of my barn.
There's no occupancy.
There's no occupancy.
Oh,
God. Are you shitting me?
Yo.
Don't tell me no shit like that.
Yo.
I never heard it. Oh my God.
And I've been to a couple of barn weddings.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of people in there, right?
Yes.
And they can't tell you.
Well, just on their land in general.
But in the church, you got to be regulated.
Yes. Yes, there's a fire code.
There you go.
They don't. God damn. Hey, I just want you to know my feelings got finesse.
Yeah, that's some shit.
Shit.
So once and now after this episode, we're gonna see like 1,000 motherfuckers get
barn weddings, right?
Courtesy of FinesseUrFeelings.
Yo, I just thought of something else. A barndominium. So the houses.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me.
Yo, that shit applies then.
Yes, it does.
Really?
Yo.
Are you kidding me?
Yo.
Why do you think people build these massive barns on their property?
Yo. And then it'd be like, and you know what's funny?
They got upstairs, downstairs. It'd be like a whole crib, don't it?
But I never realized, or I didn't know that the shit was unregulated.
It's unregulated. You don't have to come out have an inspection.
Yo, that's fucking
I think the only inspection that you have to have is structural.
That is fucking crazy.
Just to make sure it doesn't fall. Other than that, no.
Some land somewhere.
Hey, what needs to happen is the four of us right here. We need to go ahead and buy like fucking 30 acres of land, and we could all be in separate areas. Like we could all have our little separate acres.
Right by the compound.
I'm gonna tell you another one. All right. So speaking of people that's buying land, a lot of people understand to buy land. They're like, yeah, we need to own some property. Okay, well, what do you do on that property? Let's just say, like you said, we go out and buy 30 acres of land, right? 30 acres of land. What if 15 of those acres is wetlands? What do you do?
I mean, that's fishing.
No, wetlands is like swamp.
Yo, okay.
Not really, you're not really going to get no fish out of the swamp.
But you're going to have game there.
You can. But did you know that you can sell that 15 acres of wetlands back to the state of Virginia? And if it encroaches on your property, they have to pay for it. Meaning, if I set my Rolls Royce on that borderline, knowing in 5 years it may tip over, state of Virginia owe me a Rolls Royce.
See, that's some nigger shit.
Hey, it could be.
I said it, damn it. That is some nigger.
I'm just saying.
I get.
I'm not saying that I would, but in generally speaking, whatever I put on that borderline, if your wetlands start to encroach on my property, because now it's your property.
Yeah.
This is my property. This is your property versus my property. Mm-hmm. You owe me for that. You encroaching on my property.
Okay.
And all of what you encroach on my property, you owe me money for.
That sound like us going
because erosion happens, right?
Yes. So yes, that's a nice loophole.
That sound like
Yeah.
hold on. That sound like us going down Tidewater Drive. We're trying to get rid of the car and floor that bitch out.
I mean, I'm just saying. Natural disasters happen, man. Like, there's so many different loopholes and little gimmicks that a lot of people just don't know. You know, and it blows my mind to know that picking up a law book is very, very helpful. A lot of people don't know that. Picking up a law book, just a law of the land.
Hey, man, what I always talk about, the law of the land, knowing what the hell.
Yeah.
It's out here in Ashland, man. It was a big ass farm, but then you drive like maybe like a block. It's a big ass blue barn. It's bigger than a small fucking house that's over here.
That's why. Because that
shit
barn,
got like a big ass garage. That shit had an upstairs, downstairs, like you was saying.
that's their actual house. It's the barn.
And that's crazy.
And they probably renting out the little house that's on the property.
Yeah, probably.
And living in the barn.
I be driving around some of them shits, and I be like, yo, them is some big ass barn style houses, bro. And then they do have a little house in the cut in the front.
Uh-huh.
Off the road.
That's the forefront.
Yeah, that's the front house.
That's the forefront.
That's the front house.
Yeah.
We fronting all the big shit in the back.
That's just like
regulated.
Okay. That's just like to have a shooting range on your property. All you need is to have a mound that has that centered, I think it's like 200 yards from each property corner. It has to be within 200 yards.
And so it also has to be a certain width and a certain height.
Yeah. Well, the back slope of it has to be lower than the top slope.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And then, you can feel free to shoot on me. Yeah.
But that's them feelings, goddamn it.
Hey, in hindsight, motherfuckers hustling backwards. You know? What you say? We got to just pick up a book, right?
Pick up a book. Right? You know, just imagine if people. I've been on Zillow, you know, quite a few times, and I look up there and I see properties up there, unbelievable figures. Like I've seen a house on Zillow for $7,000.
Hey, what was that? What was that commercial land flip that you was talking about a year or two ago? You buy that land and it's like commercial. You rent that bitch out or something. What you was saying? Here's another thing. So depending on the area that you're in, like I used to work up in the Eastern Shore for like quite some time, and cell service sucks up there. It does. No matter what cell service you're on, it sucks.
Yeah.
If you were to buy a piece of land, and all you need is 100 by 100 square foot piece of that land, you can rent out to the sale companies, and they will come build on your land and pay you money to put their cell tower on your land and maintenance it.
Well, I mean, that's actually a big thing that's going on right now in the Eastern Shore. I have a customer whose son, like, lays fiber cable for Verizon. And, like, Verizon is making a big push on the Eastern Shore as far as, like, for Verizon Fios and for, you know, cell towers and shit like that.
Well, they need to, because that shit sucks.
But, bro,
there,
when
that's what I'm saying. It sucks up there, bro.
What I'm telling you, though, is dude who lays this cable, like, motherfuckers making bank.
Oh, yeah.
Doing this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because it ain't shit out there, like.
Yeah.
Bro, they was, the company I was working for was renting a house. It was like Airbnb, and it was like way back in the cut. It was probably like maybe like, I give maybe 1,500 feet. 1,500 feet from the front curb to the house itself, maybe a little more, maybe 2,000 feet. And to run a line just so that the house itself can have some type of stable internet, they were trying to charge them like $50,000.
God damn.
That's just to dig
I'm in
and
the
lay a
wrong
wire
goddamn
down.
business. I need to figure out how to get with these cable
Conduit and wire.
Hey, look, Finesse Your Feeling cable line is coming soon.
We're about to give everybody the internet.
Yeah, the internet, man. Hey, look, we laid a pipe down and the cables.
I'm telling you, bro, like
I got that conduit.
that's why I say, man, it's.
I'm a back shots and fires.
We lay the pipe down humbly.
I'm just saying, man, it's so many different loopholes and different ways to, people to, again, invest your money into something that could actually help your community or even help your pockets, help in general.
Well, I'd rather help my pockets before I help others.
I mean, I
to
get
a certain
that.
extent.
Yeah, I get that.
To a certain extent.
When it comes
I can't help yours without
helping mine. Right. That's why I say to a certain extent. But once I do help mine, I'm willing to help yours.
I'm willing to help yours.
Well, and when you're talking about investing, people also have to be cautious on what they're investing in.
That's true.
As far as doing their proper research, companies change
drastically.
Daily.
Yeah.
They change daily. Like, we got these big companies out there, Google and Samsung and, FTX, which fell.
Yeah, I read about that.
Now, what happened with the whole FTX thing, the CEO of that company, basically, like, this dude isn't, I want to say he's still in his 20s or early 30s. Like, he's still pretty much a young cat.
Around my age.
And
the scammers.
Yes. Shout out to the 1990s.
Now, mind you, the Miami Heat basketball team, their stadium was the FTX stadium. It's no longer. They're looking for new ownership as far as the business that's going to be in charge of it or whatever. But
isn't that crypto?
It was a kind of crypto. It wasn't full out crypto.
But to me, crypto is kind of fading out, but
to a certain extent.
You know why crypto's fading out? Because of centralized banking is trying to make it phase out.
Hey, time out. Speaking of crypto real quick, what's up with all these motherfuckers mysteriously dying? Y'all see that shit in the news? It was like 4 crypto people passed away. One had like a...
Man, that's big bank taking out little bank.
I just made that statement. It's because of centralized banking.
Yeah.
What something that we've already had in place for a long time. Like, they're trying to... Basically, the world is trying to go to the same fucking standard as what China is, and the social credit score and the social banking and all that.
So here's a question, then, and I may ruffle some feathers. What's the difference between crypto and the U.S. dollar?
Well, the U.S. dollar used to be backed on oil. Used to be. Before that, it was backed on gold and silver. And precious metals.
But what about now?
Now, I mean, right now it's only just about power.
You see where my question comes from?
Okay.
Because crypto isn't backed by anything. Neither is the US dollar. So what's the difference?
Ooh. And that's why crypto is a threat.
Right.
That's why I'm saying.
But that's why I said.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. But it's like still, when it comes to that, like, how big of a threat is it? I mean, it's a threat
because the value of Bitcoin is fucking crazy. You have to think, bro. This imaginal algorithm, because that's all that it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
is worth more than the US dollar. That's also backed by nothing. But at least I can have it in my hand.
And that's why you have.
But it's like nowadays, shit. Even myself, like, I don't like having money in my hand. And as long as I could go on my damn app and see my damn money, I'm cool with that.
You're right. And
it's like, what's the difference between me seeing it that way versus seeing?
That's my question.
Crypto.
Well, and that's also going on.
Right.
That's my question.
Go ahead, El Santana.
Before you go, because motherfuckers get happy to see a notification with a $sign for cash out than finding money in your goddamn laundry now.
That's true.
It's crazy, yo.
You are correct. Different. And the crazy part about it is this has been something that pretty much everything I fucking talk about is something that started off somewhere and it slowly is creeping into a different direction. So yes,
but do you think
the dollar is dirty? The coins, they have all these fucking diseases on them and stuff like that.
But let's just talk big picture, right? Do you think the U.S. currency, because it ain't the dollar no more, it's the U.S. currency, do you think that's going to outdo crypto?
Yeah, Definitely.
Why?
Easily.
Why?
Because it's backed by the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, but the Federal Reserve is backed by nothing.
Well, from what I was told, it's backed by Rockefeller and the Rothschilds.
See, and that goes back into that last one. But
So,
we
talking oil. Yeah.
okay. Well, if you want to bring Rockefeller and the Rothschilds in there,
Right, though?
eventually they're going to die.
True.
Hey,
No, but they got kids.
Yeah,
and the kids.
But
Yeah.
the reason why we are in the situation that we are particularly in, as far as the United States goes, is because of those motherfuckers.
That's true. That's true.
Hey.
J.P. Morgan, Chase Bank.
We ain't talk about Dame Dash, Biggs, or Jay-Z. We talking.
I know we talking about them motherfuckers.
But I mean,
the real ones.
The real Rockefellers.
But I mean,
Yeah, we got to put that disclaimer out.
realistically, if you really take some time and think about it, something I heard earlier, something that I posted in our group chat or whatever, there's only maybe 2,000 people in power across the entire world. Like, and this is just money motherfuckers. So the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, J.P. Morgan, like all these people.
Yeah, like the 1090 thing.
Yeah. So as soon as billions of people want to come to the realization that there's only 2,000 people that are in fucking charge, when that happens, guess what? Go back to being a free world again.
Yeah, free world, me world, ain't nothing. Cause like,
True.
I look at it like this, bro. Soon as people get in the mind frame of free world, people gonna eventually have to follow somebody.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's a revolving door.
Exactly.
I mean,
so
yeah.
when them 2,000 people, it's like once they like just like with the crypto shit, eventually they are going to be the ones. Eventually, if they continue the path of trying to,
it was until they passed in the airplane.
Well, see,
no.
and I'm looking at a bigger spectrum when it comes to that, because like the reason why China is the way that they are is because at the end of the day, China is fucking closed. Their government rules everything, and they dictate everything. That's just how China is.
Yeah.
I mean, even when you think about the COVID situation, like majority of the countries in Africa said, "Fuck you, no, we don't want your vaccine. We're good. We're going to rely on what the fuck we've been doing for thousands of years, and we're cool with it."
And they said,
don't even bring that shit here.
Don't even come here.
Yeah, don't bring that shit here. Fuck
He
out.
said, "This is Wakanda. We don't do that here."
We got vibranium.
We don't do that shit. We don't get jiggy with that shit.
And there were several other countries that were like that.
Yeah,
there were several other countries that were like that. That were like, no, fuck you. We're going to continue to do things the way that we want to do things. So, but when it comes to the global scheme of it, the only thing that is going to stop the U.S. dollar from failing is going to be the U.S. as far as the people, and not allowing us to be fully taken over by another country to go into that digital fucking social shit like China is.
But do you think that'll end America currency?
Yes.
And then we're gonna be a third world country?
No, I don't see us being a third world country.
I don't see us being a third world country either. But like I said in previous podcasts, like the United States has done a bunch of fucking shit over the years.
Hold on. Now, when it comes to America, we do have one thing backing us, which helps us out a lot, which is the European. Now, the reason I say that is because if the U.S. fails, European ain't gonna let that happen. Europe's not gonna let that happen.
Europe is already failing.
Yeah.
True.
The fuck?
But we're also backing each other in a sense of, okay, we pretty much piggyback. Let's be real.
I don't think so.
I don't think
France
so.
has some of the highest brands that you can buy from there.
We talking about material shit.
Which uses.
We'll just say companies.
Yeah.
Companies.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But again, it's like that's not the biggest.
I mean, the biggest thing right now is oil, of course.
Exactly. So it's like the people that.
And what have they been trying to do? Trying to get away from oil.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If the U.S. falls, the world gets fucking owned. Europe, England, it goes back into a previous podcast. There's a lot of countries out there that caught this smoke.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's a lot of fucking animosity. Like, yes, did they play nice with us because we beat their ass? Yes.
Yeah.
That's why they play nice with us. That's why they act as our friends. But at the end of the fucking day, as soon as they see somebody else has the edge, I guarantee you they're going to fucking join them.
They're going to jump.
They're going to join them and they're going to jump in.
They're going to LeBron James that shit, bruh.
I'm telling
Take
you.
my
Moving to
talent down to
South
South Beach.
But I mean, like,
Going over here to LA.
Yes, sir.
thinking about it, like, from a strategic point and also a power point, like, looking at just...
I'll talk about the king.
But you talking about LeBron James.
LeBron.
Le Fou.
I got your back, bro.
LeBron, got you.
I'm part of the Four Horsemen.
The Four Horsemen.
Shout out to
What, the
Mav
drink?
And the fellas, you know what I'm talking about? Nah, man. Shout out to Mav.
What the fuck he talking about? What the fuck is he talking about?
Shout out to Rich, Brian, Mav, you know what I'm saying? I'm a part of the Four Horsemen, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, now you're talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Boo that man.
Hey, Brian, you welcome on FinesseUrFeelings Podcast.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
No, don't change. No, don't change.
I never booed.
Okay. So
I never booed.
Okay. So
I boo him and
I'm
still be like, come on.
Look,
and feel
exactly.
welcome.
That's exactly my
listen.
point.
Get your feelings finesse,
Yes.
LeBron.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Let me finesse him.
He's more welcome than Wale by any means.
Hey, look, Wale, if you see us on YouTube, feel free to bring your ass up here and talk.
Yeah,
this
please come up here and convince me that you actually a
I
good
still
rapper.
think you are one of the best rappers out there.
I don't.
Regardless of what this fool say.
OB, let's continue what we saying because
We get hit this shit,
audience to the right.
Okay. Well,
You're right.
you
You're
continue.
right. My left.
You continue El Santana, and then I'll go from there.
No, we just gonna forget everything he just said. We gonna pass
Exactly.
No.
You don't want to hear that shit.
You don't want to flim flam him?
We don't want to hear that shit,
We're not
Wale.
flim flamming.
We don't want to hear that
We
shit.
do want to hear it, Wale.
Keep that shit to
We
yourself.
waiting on the next album right now, Wale.
Fucking forlorn.
We waiting on you.
Fuck out of here.
He is forlorn.
What the fuck that even mean?
It doesn't matter. It's fucking forlorn.
What the fuck is that? Flowers, nigga?
Yes. Shit. And give it to him.
Fuck no.
All right.
You got it.
So,
Take us back home.
all right. So that's why I'm saying, like, you know, there's a lot of countries out there that don't like us that play nice.
Right.
I mean, and that's the reality of it.
Yeah, that's true.
And you know, putting out the word saying, "Oh, well, these are our allies." They're our allies because they have to be.
Yeah.
They're not doing it because they want to.
Right.
I feel like that's a lot of people, though.
It is the
Yeah.
whole fucking UN.
I feel like,
There ain't
Like
no-
everybody.
there ain't-
break it
there
down
ain't
in
no
simpler forms.
What
You
I'm saying?
got motherfuckers that do not want to deal with a motherfucker, and they just like, yo, I got to deal with this motherfucker because he got what I need.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
That's human nature.
What's the name of China's army?
Yeah.
Who knows?
The Liberation Army. China's Liberation Army, right?
Oh,
They
okay.
ain't liberating shit in their country.
Time out.
Yes.
The name of their army is Janet Jackson,
Pretty much.
the Rhythm Nation.
We are a part of a rhythm nation.
Yo. Y'all stupid.
hey, y'all went on with that wild lady shit.
you
with
good,
Janet
you good.
Jackson.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't
Hey
mad at
man,
But
I
I mean,
was in love with Janet
it's-
Jackson and the Rhythm of Nation.
Oh, yeah.
shit,
you.
bruh.
Still is.
But yes, it's the People's Liberation Army.
Okay.
That is what they're called. Do you feel like the people of China are liberated?
Hell no.
No, but that's what their army is called.
Shit, they just started protesting.
Yeah, they did.
They
They did. They finally,
they
you know, found a couple sacks and started mounting up.
Nigga grew up in
Oh, they grew up there.
Hey, them motherfuckers.
Huh? They feel like they're Americans now, huh?
No,
You know,
they,
you know the crazy
like
thing
on
is,
heart right
is
now.
like
Enough
they're
is
legitimately.
Enough. It's time for a change, bro. They like, yo, they gotta do something.
Oh, they down with the change?
Well, bro, they were getting regulated by drones. Drones flying around telling you stay in your house. Like, what the fuck is this little propeller gonna fucking do to me?
Shoot your ass.
Yep.
Why? Why? Because they ain't got no guns.
That drone do.
That drone do. That's why they can't do that shit here.
For sure, because I shoot that bitch down.
Yes, sir.
With the quickness. I keep it on me.
That's what I'm saying. It's good that they're finally... It's good that the Chinese people are finally trying to liberate themselves. Because that People's Liberation Army ain't fucking doing it for them.
Okay.
I mean...
That's good, though. Shit.
Yeah, shit, man. Power to the people.
Shout out to China.
Power to the China.
Fuck.
Wuhan and all them.
Yes, keep the curry chicken.
Keep that Wuhan shit in Wuhan.
I said the wrong shit. Keep the Kung Pao chicken.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
bruh.
Hey, look.
It's fucked up.
Hey, cool, y'all.
It's fucked
Hey,
up.
look, man.
Yeah, it was.
Shout out to all the Chinese people's food stores and shit, man. Being from New York, I love every Chinese store I went into.
Well, at least you got authentic Chinese food there.
Exactly.
You don't
This
get that
down
shit here.
Ain't shit.
No.
Well, here's a question, though, and which raises an eyebrow. You know, just a little sidebar. You ever notice there ain't one commercial for Chinese food?
No, there never has been.
You didn't see that shit?
Well, not that I've ever seen.
Like,
Even PF
they don't even
Chang's,
advertise that
even
shit.
PF Chains don't have a.
You feel me?
That's crazy.
I think
Wanna know why?
I think only Panda Express has a commercial.
Panda
know why?
Express, but Panda Express is not a Chinese franchise.
No, it's not.
You want to know why? Because you go looking for them. They like the dope man on the block. I ain't got to
Right,
advertise.
cause I
You
do
come looking
want
for
that
me.
General Torso chicken.
You feel me?
Look,
I ain't
want
even
that
got to
shit.
advertise. They'll let you know that business, certain shit you don't even have to advertise for. You can come looking for me.
Shout out to Sing Wong or Wong Kwok. Matter of fact, rest in peace to Sing Wong.
Yeah, that was the best Chinese store in Portsmouth.
For sure.
But now we got to deal with Wong Kwok.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily dealing with him, but
You talking about Chinese food in Portsmouth? People don't even want to go to Portsmouth. So you saying that?
Hold on, bro.
Hey, man.
Hold up now. At my city now.
3 against
Hold
1
up
on
now.
this one. 3 against 1 on this
Hold on
one.
now.
Yeah.
Hold up now.
All right.
That's
So,
still home,
so,
bro.
Hold up now.
so
Even though y'all Portsmouthans is still acting retarded,
That's all right.
whatever reason.
We have a casino coming.
and you know that's
Right on Missy Elliott Boulevard.
That's right.
You know what's gonna happen? More
Some
robbery.
money is gonna get exchanged.
Yes.
Oh no, they're gonna let you be in the casino and win all your money. So as soon as you get outside, you're getting robbed.
You going home?
Nah, you're getting robbed.
Hey,
Nah,
hell no. Too many cameras.
They invested too much money.
You talking about the cameras that get turned off mysteriously?
Listen,
Nah, bro.
I'm saying it now, FinesseUrFeelings, right? When that casino come up, watch how Portsmouth just change.
Nope, I don't see it.
All right.
Nope.
Think it's a game.
Gonna turn into the new
Think
Harlem.
it's a
Bro,
game.
we know how to act in Portsmouth.
Portsmouth.
That's just
think
gonna
it's
turn-
a game.
that's just
when
gonna
that casino open. Think it's a game. That's all I got to say.
That's gonna
Think
turn
it's
into
a
the
game.
canceled Manhattan.
No.
You said who?
Look,
You said it's gonna turn into.
I said the canceled Manhattan. Just the man.
Whoa. We can't use man
cancel
and
the
hat.
man.
Hold up now. Hold
We are
up
not
now.
doing that.
We this is unacceptable now. We can't do Manhattan.
Yep.
It's called the Big Apple.
The big.
All right. So we're gonna call it synthetic mouth. We're gonna get rid of the ports.
Pause.
Hold up now.
Hold on now.
Hold on. Wait a minute now.
Wait a goddamn minute right there.
Hey, you know,
Hey, but now look, though.
I still gotta go to Portsmouth,
Hold on now.
so I can't let you talk about my city.
Hold on now.
But damn it, that was funny. Synthetic mouth.
Damn. It's fucked up.
No, I don't want no
In the
Glock
city of
3000.
synthetic mouth.
I'm good. I don't want no Glock 3000.
I'm good on that, player.
But no, though, here's a breadcrumb. What you gotta actually think.
Okay.
Casino's coming, but they just gave Missy the same street on the same street where the casino is.
Right.
Victory Boulevard is not too far from the casino. It sounds very gentrified to me.
Bruh, that shit
That's
is
true.
protected, bruh.
Well, let me tell you like
I
this
told
though.
y'all think it's a game. Y'all think Missy Elliott put her name in something?
I'm gonna tell you like this though. As far as Cavalier Manor, they got a long way to go. Too many privately owned houses. All of them are privately owned. How do you kick out an entire?
Easy. That's what MGM just did in Maryland.
Without.
I mean, that's what they've been trying to do in Jersey when it came to the projects.
Bruh.
Cavalier Manor, not the projects.
You put that money, but you put that money up. You put that money up. You think people ain't gonna buy? My
grandma ain't selling her house.
Shit. They give your grandma hey, we'll give you this.
Man, trust me, bro. My grandma, they done came to my grandma multiple times. My grandma politely tell them no. Well, I ain't gonna say politely, but she told them no. Plenty of times.
But okay, and she's gonna be one out of the few, and they gonna build right around her shit.
And that's fine. She still gonna have the biggest block on Median Place. I mean, the biggest house on Median Place. We lit.
And this can go back into what we started off with, as far as in the financial aspect of it. It's not always great to go ahead and sell yourself for that dollar amount. Exactly. Owning something is more important.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, people like Bill Gates and shit, like they're trying to buy up all the fucking land.
Right.
And making sure that we don't have shit and we can't own shit. And that's how they want it to be. They want us to be permanent renters. Because if we're owners, that means we're staying put.
Yep.
We don't want to have the ability to change up and move somewhere else. We own our shit.
Yep.
We're staying put. And that's a fear. So investing money and owning your shit.
But at the same token, they eliminate fear.
The biggest issue I think that Cavalier Manor may have would be intimate domain. Which we all know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Please explain to the people out there.
Explain to the audience, please.
So for the people that don't know, intimate domain is when the city can come in and say, hey, we need to remove your house because we're putting a road right here. And if you're not protected by HOA, which is a housing authority, then they can literally sell your property or take your property, knock it down, tell you to move in X amount of days and build a bridge right there.
That's if you're willing to move.
Is Cavalier Manor protected by HOA?
No, because it's all privately owned.
So what's the difference?
I mean, even if it's privately owned, you could still, because I'm protected by HOA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can they both?
You can create one though.
Privately owned.
Yeah, I'm sure some of the cribs out of Cavalier Manor got HOA.
I mean, what does it take to create an HOA?
That's something we should look up.
I mean, I probably will, because of the fact of I'm going to create an HOA for my particular fucking property.
There you go.
Just my property. I got my own HOA, so now the city can't fuck with me.
There you go.
I don't think that's how it works, though.
Hey,
I think
it may have to be community.
Yeah. That's a community. Yeah. That's a sub. What's that? What's the term?
Subdivision.
Subdivision thing.
Yeah.
But because does it fall under that?
I think so, because like, okay.
I think we need to do more research on it.
True.
So in when I stayed in Brandywine, we didn't have HOAs out there, but that was the sub community that I was in. If you went to the next sub,
Indian Lakes.
No,
because you said Brandywine, right?
No. He's talking about Maryland. He's talking about Maryland.
I'm talking about Maryland.
Okay. I thought you were talking about here in Virginia Beach.
Oh no. It's in Maryland, but I know what you're talking about. But yeah, in Maryland, it's like the subdivision over. You had HOAs, right?
I think it's based on the size of your property and where your house sit. Like you got to sit back a certain amount of feet from your front property corner. I think it's like 14 feet or something. 14, 15 feet. In different cities, I know Norfolk, I think it's like 15 or 14 feet, and then it's like 12 feet from the side or something like that. I think Chesapeake is like 20 feet. Portsmouth is X amount. Virginia Beach, I can't remember. I want to say maybe like 30 or something like that. I can't remember exactly the numbers, but
yeah, that's why I said that's something that we probably need to.
We will have an HOA episode coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon, definitely.
Because I feel like that's something that we should definitely try to figure out how to
secure your property.
Yeah. Because it's that's like dope. Again, some properties, again, you could go to Cavalier Manor. They could get them out of there, bro.
I mean,
But if they create the HOA first, they're good. They can lock their shit in. Everybody got to come together on agreements. They're good to go.
I mean, I'm just saying they can come get me out of my property too, but it's going to be in a body bag.
That's doable.
I mean, I got you.
COVID part 2.
If you trying to turn my property into a fucking road, I mean, that's the only way I'm leaving that motherfucker.
Because I mean, think about it. Right there off of what is that, Turnpike, where they was building when they first started building in Walmart.
Yeah,
there was a house that sat on that corner.
Oh yeah.
And it's now a bench.
Yep. And it's
a sidewalk.
Yep, and it like a thing on it.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, they probably put a mural on there.
No. It's like literally like some plants and a bench.
Yeah, and a bench right there.
And a sidewalk that ends right there.
Which was crazy.
When I went to Clark, Atlanta with Tweety, it was a older guy. They called him like grandpa or whatever. He had a house on Clark Atlanta University, but as time went on, either he passed away or his family sold the deed to the house, whatever. That same building, they turned to like a bench or whatever, just like you were saying, in memory of whatever that is. So everybody lost the battle of big money.
I told you, man. That's why I keep on saying that big bank will take little bank, and then it's like eventually you're gonna fold.
What was the rapper that came out with that song?
I forget.
Big bank take little bank. That's YG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, take them big banks and you gonna get the little bank. Hey.
So in closing, like, how can we wrap everything up? Like, what properly invest once you like realize what you're supposed to do and do research, or
definitely research different little avenues of making interest work in your favor. Mm-hmm. Because going to finance a car with an 18% APR
is nuts.
It's crazy, but people do it all the time.
All the time.
You know, and they thinking that they're getting the better end of the stick, and you're not.
What people fail to realize is it's okay to refinance to get lower interest rates.
Exactly.
It is. It most definitely is.
If you're okay with starting over,
and it all comes down to the market.
Yeah,
that too.
The market too.
The market is going to play a big part into it. As far as the investment aspect of it, get yourself to the point to where you're okay with taking X amount of dollars and not touching it for a good amount of time. Right. And when I say a good amount of time, I would say a minimum of 5 years. Like being okay with having this lump sum and it just doesn't exist to you anymore. Like you're able to still sustain your life and you can let that sit there, simmer, and get that compound interest where it's going to actually make some money. Because at the end of the day, our normal banking system, as far as like your savings account, that shit don't make shit.
Nah, not at all.
It don't make shit.
Nah. I get like a penny or two every.
Yeah, it's like
month.
point. It's point like fucking 15%, like of a fucking percent.
Navy Federal, I probably get like $2 a month.
Yeah, it's not even a full percent.
An idea that I always threw out there, if you have kids, open up your CD account as soon as they're born. So by the time they're 18, that's 18 years worth of interest.
Another thing to also look into would be a
And the more the principal amount, the more interest you get.
As far as life insurance policies, not going with term life, but going with a universal. With a universal.
We can talk about that.
Yeah, we can. Because they get that money. They get that money from me every month.
Yeah. But the difference between a term and a universal is a term. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're paying that money into it, and you have your policy, and it lasts for X amount of years. Mm-hmm. When it comes to a universal, the money that you're actually putting in there is cash value.
There you go. And you can take that money out and do what?
You can apply it to whatever you want.
And instead of you
it does lower the amount of life insurance you have on that policy when you do borrow against it.
Right.
But
now I got $100,000. Let's say, for instance, I put $100,000 into $1 million policy. If I take the $100,000 out, I still got $900,000 to bury my black ass with.
Yes.
However, I got $100,000 in my pocket.
Yes. But it's cash value for what you put in. And if you even come up on hard times, you can use your policy to pay your policy. So the money that you actually have in there, You can call them and be like, hey, for the next 6 months, I'm not going to be able to pay this. So just take away from my cash value and make those payments. That way my policy stays there. When it comes to a term life, that's just cut off.
Yeah.
That's just cut off. If you can't pay that motherfucker, it's cut off. Mm-hmm. That's why I have multiple. And that's why I have, and the reason why you said about kids, that's what that brought that in my mind, because I got a universal life insurance policy on my son. He has the opportunity when he becomes 18, whether he wants to cash it out or
keep the policy going. Come on.
Yep.
Finesse your feelings.
Podcast.
God dang it.
Motherfucking universe.
I'm telling you, you better.
Universe. What?
When it comes to you got a baby on the way, it's best to do it now. There's no screening or anything.
On top of opening up your CD account.
Yes.
So get that baby right, Lamar.
That's college money.
Baby
If that's what they choose.
Get baby Chris right.
Get him right.
Ain't no
He did say baby Chris.
We thought he wasn't paying attention.
Now my ears got open with the universe. And everything else after that, I was all in.
Yes, sir. Hey, man.
Hey.
Thank y'all for schooling us and everybody that was listening to this podcast today. You probably heard something that y'all never heard before. Take it in. We always give y'all food for thought. It's on y'all.
And go do the research.
Absolutely.
Just do the damn research, people.
Right.
Get your Googles and
Thank
your
you,
encyclopedias.
Thank you.
Do they even make them things anymore?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
they do. I got a full volume.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to know what happened to my grandma. My grandma had the whole shit.
Yeah, the full volume, yeah. Gotta get that, baby.
But yeah, I appreciate y'all for schooling everybody. Like I said, Finesse Your Feelings Podcast is more than just us just rambling. We trying to give stuff back to give to the culture, man. This is what we here for.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, at the end of the day, we didn't just learn this shit. I mean, this is time put into, doing research on our ends to be able to put this content out there.
Yeah, this is like 40 years of experience here.
Almost. Not there yet.
I ain't
30.
there yet. Yeah, I ain't there yet, but I'm close.
37.
I'm teetering over to the 40 side. But I embrace my 40s.
I mean,
I just
at the
said
start
30.
of the new year, I'll be closer to it.
Yeah.
I'll be on the back end of it,
Yeah.
getting right there.
And 30s my new 20s. So I'm
Fuck it,
good.
my 40s are my new teens. I identify what I want to identify as.
Yeah,
That's
sir.
right.
I'm 16.
Not when I wake up in the morning. I don't feel like no teen when I wake up in the
Yeah,
morning.
I know, right? My body says,
Blocking in the morning.
sit your motherfucking ass down, old man.
Right.
Sure.
Go ahead, close us out, man. Anybody?
All right, people.
Uh-oh.
Thank you for joining us for another Finesse Your Feelings podcast.
Talk
Where your
to 'em.
feelings will get.
Finesse.
Yes, sir. But again, everybody, please tune in. Go to FinesseUrFeelings.com. Where you
And
could
also, Finesse Your Feelings will now be on YouTube. You can see us
live in effect.
Ooh.
live when you tune in.
Damn.
Look at it. Know what I'm talking
Ooh.
about. So FinesseUrFeelings.com,
Ooh.
YouTube.com / Finesse Your Feelings
Damn.
Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Check
Everybody
out
got
all
feelings,
episode.
Ooh.
I mean, I know our feelings got finessed up in here.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
Y'all did.
Damn. Ooh.
Yes, sir. El Santana's
Simply Chris.
Oh, Beezy.
and KD Rum on the goddamn shit. Woo.
We out.
Yeah.
I look back at him because that's his thing. With his time out.
And we timing out right the fuck now. Peace.